All right, I had to do it. XRP update. XRP update video, guys. Today is Monday, the 19th of January, 2025. And Sunday, we're watching the freaking chart, and it just drops like a rock. I didn't even really want to. I haven't been making XRP updates because honestly, obviously I'm paying attention to it, but it's just like oversaturated like area, and honestly, there's probably better people to talk to you about this than me. But if you want a more broad horizon viewpoint of this, I'm your guy, right? So, in my opinion of what's going on right now, and this correlates to the stock market as well, the stock market has been pretty red for like a decent amount of time. NASDAQ, whatever. Crazy stuff, crazy times. Like we have this huge like slowdown right now. And it's due to a lot of things, but in times like this where you're like, dang, I really wish XRP would shoot to the moon so I could freaking quit my job and retire or whatever the hell it's going to be, you have to keep reminding yourself like what is actually going on in the world right now. And I'm not saying that like 100% pertains to what's going on with XRP, but indirectly it 100% does. And I'm not saying it's the news, and I'm not saying it's what Trump says, but it's, if you're paying attention to what's going on right now with Trump, and whether he's part of the cabal system or whether he's fighting against the system or going against the banks, I like to believe that he's going against the banks. So if I believe that, these crazy, moves to the downside and then instantaneous like move back up to like, so it goes from like 2.10 to like 1.9, and then it jumps right back up to $2. So clearly large funded people or entities, groups, companies, banks, whatever, they have their marks set at the $2 range. This is partially why I've been saying anything around the $2 range is the time to be getting some of your XRP. This isn't financial advice, and I'm not telling you to go do this. This is what I do and how I believe, in my opinion. So, but if people have the mentality that, crypto is here to stay and it's here to remove us from the central banks, it's to bring, your own personal finances to yourself and not be reliant on the bank to control your wealth and watch your inflationary, native currency go to zero, right? That's where crypto comes into play, right? So it is to be expected with that there is going to be high amounts of volatility, that there's going to be, market makers making the market go way up, way down in short amount of time, striking fear, uncertainty into the market. But like where we're at right now, and it's like it hasn't even come full circle into, being on the news, or like, Bank of America coming out saying, oh, we just did 100 million transactions in a couple of minutes. Huh. Or like, that's like Zcash, their claim to fame is going to be, direct deposit into people's bank accounts, like right away, like the hours you work or the day you work, you get that money back in your bank account, like that day, that hour, whatever it is. Could be a minute ticker. This is what I've been saying for like a year now, is that eventually we will be getting paid in our bank accounts by the minute, right? It'll just be a ticker. You're on the clock, you are getting paid, and it's in your account instantaneously. There is no lag of, working a week or 2 weeks to get your paycheck, or having a transaction get processed through your bank for 3 to 5 business days, whatever it is, right? That stuff is going to go away. It's going to go away because it has to. So if you're so focused on the chart and you're like, oh, it's not doing what I want it to do, I want it to go up. Okay, well, be patient, because, patience is a virtue, and, you know, curiosity killed the cat. So my biggest regret in my trading life has been selling my Tesla stocks. Around 2018, I sold my Tesla stocks as a young whippersnapper trying to make a quick $300 to $500 or whatever. Yeah, those stocks nowadays would be upwards of $100,000. Man, oh man, makes you kind of want to puke. So let's compare Tesla to XRP. Is XRP not the cryptocurrency that will be that the world will be running on? It is apparent. It is abundantly apparent that that's what's going to happen, right? Be patient. Let it go through its motions, and sit on the sideline. You can watch the chart and be affected by it if you want. Or you can just kind of keep a cool head about it and be like, oh, Trump may actually be going after the banks right now. We may be moving into a economic boom of, and it drives me nuts because people have like a one-sided view of this. They're like, oh, well, the State Street Vanguard, the money entities that control the world's wealth, right? They make the market. They make the bull market, they make the bear market. Well, yes and no. Like, everything is designed to suck money out of the consumer. Everything is. This freaking app with all of its ads is designed to suck money out of the consumer. Walmart, Target, Macy's, Nordstrom, freaking Amazon. All the girl products, all the makeup, all the whatever it is, right? The whatever. It's all designed to suck money out of the consumer. When consumer spending goes up, the market increases. You enter a bull market when consumer spending goes up. Now, on the backside of that, you have to talk about, credit cards and Trump capping, credit card APR interest at 10%, which I really hope that happens. I hope that actually goes through. I think it would be a good thing, and I think it would be negative for the market, maybe initially, but I think that that's not going to be the major factor that guides the market. I think the massive tax returns for probably this year, because they're retroactive for 2025 for Trump's presidency, that's going to be consumer spending. Going forward, it will be no tax on overtime, no tax on tips, way less taxes. No tax if you make less than $150,000 a year, which is 90% of American citizens, right? That's what boosts consumer spending. So if you all of a sudden don't have to pay 20, 40, 50 grand in taxes, whether it's the first time or three ways around at the grocery store, at the store, or, buying and selling your house, your property, whatever, a car, you pay tax like 3 times. If we could work that down to nunts, a big old goose egg, that's what boosts consumer spending, right? So if that's what you're looking for to lead the market, to have this stock market explode, those answers are being decided upon, and we have the Davos meeting coming up with what Trump is actually going to say and what might actually go through or whatever. I don't think he's on the side of the stars. I think he had to infiltrate the side of the stars. This is all lucrative talking for a reason. But I don't like to think that Trump has sided with the stars. I think that he had to infiltrate the stars, say that he is one, in order to get the high ground, right? Get allowed in so that they don't just, take you out and go from there. Increase the amount of legislation that stops, the fraudulent voting, or, people in Congress just absolutely controlling the stock market and the crypto market. So